In this tutorial, we will understand how to specify styling to the HTML element using JavaScript. So, JavaScript has a special property to specify styling to the HTML element, just like CSS. Style property allows you to specify different styling to the HTML element. In the previous lecture, we had learned how to access element using query selector and query selector all method. Now in this tutorial, we will take a look at style property of the document object. So let's get started. As you know, style property allows you to style your element. Therefore, we will directly jump to the example to understand how this property works. So in dom.html file, I will just create a simple submit button here. So I will just say input, type submit and specify class submit. Then in main.js file, I will just select this submit button using query selector. So I will just say let sub is equal to document.querySelector, and in the parenthesis I will specify double quote and say dot submit. So I will just select the submit button using class name. Now let's see how to style your submit button using JavaScript. Now when you specify a new property to the element, then you need to be careful about one thing. Whenever you specify property, you need to specify exact property name, because style properties are case sensitive. For example, so if I just say here sub dot style dot background color, and will specify background color, so I will just say equal to, and in the double quote I will say black. So when you execute this property will apply to the element, right? So whenever you specify any styling property, you need to keep in mind that every property starts with the small letter, and when you combine two words like background and color, then the second word should be start with the capital letter, right? So if you specify a small letter here, then this will not specify background color to the submit button, right? So the JavaScript will not recognize this property, and therefore you will get your default background color to the element. Now let's take a look at few styling properties of JavaScript. So we will just change the color of the button. So I will say sub dot style dot color is equal to white. Then I will just change font size. So I will say sub dot style dot font size is equal to, and in the double quote I will say 3em. And the last, I wanted to specify padding also. So I will say sub dot style dot padding is equal to 1.5 em. In JavaScript, we have more than 50 properties to change element styling. But now we have another method to styling your HTML element using CSS. So to do that, we need to create a class in CSS. So I will first remove the class name from the submit button, right? And in the head, I will create a CSS class. So I will just create a style tag here, and in the style tag, I will declare a class submit. So I will just say dot submit, and in the curly braces I will specify few CSS properties. So I will just say padding 1em and 4em. Then I will specify font size 1em, background color black, and the color property white smoke, right? Now in main.js file, I will just get rid of these statements, and here I will just say let sub is equal to document.querySelector. I will just call querySelector method, and in this querySelector I will select submit button using input type. So as you know, querySelector is a CSS selector to select your element. So I will just say input, and in the square bracket I will say type is equal to submit. So here we are using input to select submit button, right? After that, we wanted to add CSS class using JavaScript. So to add this class, we have class list property. Using class list property, we will access add method. So the add method will apply CSS style to the element like this. So I will just call sub dot class list property dot add method, and in the parentheses I will specify my CSS class name. So I will just say submit here. So when you execute this, your submit button would be changed. Using this method, you can add any CSS class to the element. This method is really helpful when you are working with event to add class to the specific element on event fire.